GA, this has all the makings of a high-scoring contest. We've got two outstanding offensive teams.
Both very skilled at shooting the ball, but that's exactly why this game will be decided by stops. Defense wins against teams who are elite scoring.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Down on the block, it's Tatum with Tatum. The wing pairing, it's White and Brown. And it's Simons in at the 1 spot. Young fires away from outside. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Well, I did have a chance to talk with head coach Quinn Snyder. We talked about his approach in guarding Jason Tatum. He said, we want to crowd Tatum right from the jump and prevent him from getting into an early rhythm, especially from deep. Because when his three-point shot is falling, it opens up the rest of his game. Back to you.
Thank you, Allie. Now, here's Simon. Outside Tatum. Back to Simons. 5 to shoot. Boston needs to get off a shot. Tatum with another miss. The Atlanta's gone 0-2 from deep. Well, already so accomplished, Doris. Jason Tatum. As you look at the landscape of the Celtics, where is his place in that story?
Well, let's remember, Kevin, that he's still a young player, and so that history is still being written. But the North Star for the Boston Celtics is always championships, and Tatum has proven he can deliver.
Hawks have gone 0-3 from the field to start the game. And the call will be against Anthony Simons. That is his first foul of the game. Here is Daniels. They swipe it.
You know, anticipation is a huge part of defense, and he played it perfectly right there.
That's in, coming off the assist from Young.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here's Simon. A 3-ball. Drills the 3-pointer.
And without hesitation there, Simons hungry to let that one fly.
Fires from deep. Another 3 for Atlanta.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Good on the shot. Tatum's got 5.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
It's deflected. Brown wide open. He fired. That 3 off the mark. The Atlanta's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from 3-point range so far in the first. And here's Porzingis for a 3. The Hawks again can't hit.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Brown kicks to Tatum. Over Young. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Boy, defense has to feel fortunate there. That's one he normally knocks down.
And last season, yet again, 60-plus wins, Greg, for the Celtics. One of the elite teams clearly in the league.
And the only concern was perhaps a tendency towards complacency, but after coming up short last season and with Tatum sidelined, some adversity to spark their competitive fire.
Now, here's Johnson. After the miss from Derek White. A 3 from Porzingis. Connects from 3-point range.
When Porzingis is knocking down that three-point shot consistently, it opens up other aspects of his game.
Tatum with it. He's picked up by Ricochet. Tatum gets the bucket. And so it's Young who brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. They trail by 1. And here's Porzingis for a 3. And Boston with the rebound. Now White, still scoreless. From past the arc, and Simons is good for 3.
And you got to get out on that if you're the defense. Simons, too big a threat from deep.
Johnson in the corner. The shot. The rebound by Cada. Cada's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. The screen from Brown. Tatum, that's for 2. And it's Trae Young with the rebound. Squeezes Jay in the corner and stolen by Tatum. And so the first quarter is in the books. Boston on top. They're up by 4. We'll be back shortly live from State Farm. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. When you consider how the Celtics are doing, guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
They've got Okongwu. Wallace is out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And Gay is in at the 4. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Knocks down the 3 ball. Walsh has got the lead up to 7 now for the Celtics.
My goodness, that's just too clean a look. He takes full advantage.
Takes a 3. Wallace misses. Boston's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3 ball here. Hauser misses. Atlanta's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And now, Allie LaForce says something for us from the sideline.
Thanks a lot. The Celtics understand that they'll be tested. Jaylen Brown said growth is a journey with ups and downs. You have to stay with it. You can't complain. Don't let it break your spirit. We've just got to keep building the right habits, keep being versatile, and keep learning from these experiences. Back to you.
Always looking to get better. Thank you, Allie. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Some shooters might overthink a wide-open shot. Not this guy.
Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. There's a good screen. Pritchard passes to Hauser. Shot clock at 6. Back to Pritchard. It's up a 3. Got a piece of it. Pass to Boucher. Launches it. Atlanta with the rebound. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Now Hauser. That's a 2 from Pritchard. Boston, no good that time either. The Hawks have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Pass to Houston. Out to the wing. A wide open look here for Okongwu. And the Hawks with another 3.
Guys with size who can shoot with range. That is a tough tandem to defend.
And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Thanks, guys. No doubt that a healthy Kristaps Porzingis is still a unicorn for what he can bring to a team. When Atlanta pulled the trigger to bring him in, they envisioned him stretching the floor, and Porzingis has opened up about recovering from the illness that sidelined him during the 2025 NBA playoffs. Guys, the Hawks are hoping he can be the player that helps get them back into the postseason. Their entire 2025-26 regular season hinges on KP.
He is a big factor. All right, John, thanks for the update. Here's Atlanta now. Right now, they're a 9-0 run. Boucher with the rebound.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Alexander Walker on the wing. Lets the 3 fly. Rebound by the Celtics. Pass to Pritchard. And stolen by Okongwu. Here's Alexander Walker. Here's Gay. Puts up a 3. Boston grabs the miss. Boucher's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pritchard passes to Boucher. And here we go. Out to Wallace. This one for 3. Garza pulls it in. Back to Okongwu. Just 5 on the clock. The Hawks again can't hit. And so it's Pritchard with it. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. Trailing by 2. Good on the 3-point shot. Pritchard's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Wallace. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
And the second free throw, good. And he nails the third. They set the pick. Bridger way outside. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. It's Atlanta. All right, Allie, thanks for that. We'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in just a moment. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. One of the stories here, Jason Tatum getting it done today.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
Well, he knows they're coming for him, but he's accustomed to that kind of attention, and he's quite comfortable dealing with it.
Starting off the second half, here's Joe Mazzulla's 5. Dynamic duo of Brown and Tatum at the 3 and the 4. White is out there with Anthony Simons. And it's Queta in at the 5, home in the paint. The 3 from Tatum. Cans it from downtown. Tatum's got his team on the board first here in the second half for the Celtics. Hey, Greg, kind of a combo forward. Tatum at 6'8", more than capable of playing up at the power forward position.
And that's where he's mostly played the last few seasons. And his rebounding is more than just serviceable. Credit him for the strength he's added over his career.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Here's the screen. Here's Tatum. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
Jason Tatum's jumper is just so pure. This guy is on point with the midi right now.
From deep, Johnson backs in, coming off the assist from Young. Johnson's got it all tied up now for the Hawks. Tatum passes to Brown. For the 3. Porzingis with the rebound. The Hawks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Johnson kicks to Porzingis. Releases. Can't nail the jumper.
That's not a bad shot, but this isn't really his shot.
Atlanta's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. From downtown, Young's shot is up. Boston's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Nice ball movement by Boston. Plenty of daylight on that shot. White's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Yeah, on the catch-and-shoot game, Derek White very assertive, ready to react.
Young passes to Johnson. Lets it go with the 3. Jaylen Brown with the rebound. Boston leading by 3. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Thanks a lot, guys. Derek White is an impact player, but is he a star in this league? White said, "I'm not into labels. I just know whatever the team needs, I'm ready to do it. And what does his team want from him?" He said, "Be aggressive, don't defer." And hearing that from great players, it just gives you confidence. Back to you, Kevin.
Truly an impact player. Thank you, Allie. The Celtics have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. And Greg, with the absence of Jason Tatum for the time being, perhaps a hiatus for the Celtics as a title favorite?
Well, not to mention some of the salary cap casualties. It's not the same team that won it all in 24, but in great position once Tatum returns. And how about the payback there, guys? You do you, I do me.
Oh, you love to see the competitive fire, a little bit of pride at stake.
Simons with the screen for Tatum. Back to Simons. Daniels with it, and Simons picks him up defensively. Fires the 3, and it's Ricochet missing. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. It's a 3-point game. Brown inside the line. They get the rebound. Tatum wide open. He fires one. And again, Boston with the triple.
Now, this is one of the best scorers in the game today. Jason Tatum, we're getting used to performances like this.
Johnson, that's for 2. And it's Derek White with the rebound. Now the fast break. Tatum with the ball. Rebound, Atlanta. Porzingis has got his 5th rebound in this one. Young, a screen on Brown. Pass to Young. Back to Ricochet. Lets it go. The rebound by Queta. Queta's got 8 rebounds in this game. Tatum's shot is off. The Hawks trail by 6. From deep, Johnson drops in the tray. Johnson's got 6 here in this quarter.
And you can tell Ricochet has a great basketball IQ. He spots the opening and delivers the pass on time.
And a deep 3 from Young. The 3rd quarter comes to a close. Celtics lead by 5. And coming up is... And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate. And how about the setup this way?
How about the secondary playmaking you are getting? Great to have that from the shooting guard spot.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. We've got Wallace. He's out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Houston in at the 3 spot. So that's the Hawks 5. Pass to Gay. Back to Wallace. Here's Gay. 5 on the clock. They set the screen. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Boston leading by 8. Now Hauser. Back to Pritchard. Pass to Hauser. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's Gay on the mark with the 15-footer.
Boy, what a sweet pass. That one on time and on target.
Pritchard against Wallace. Fires to the pass to Boucher. There's the 3. Buries it from 3-point range. Boucher's got the lead up to 9 now for the Celtics.
Well, this is what Chris Boucher does. Loves to stretch the defense with his shooting ability.
Here's the 3. Gay out to Wallace. The 3. Garza pulls it in.
KYP. Know your personnel. Challenge the great shooter. Excellent job.
Here's Walsh. And the Celtics another 3. And Doris, I heard a famous coach talking about, quote, the human nature things that a team has to beat before they even get on the court. Can you talk about that?
Oh, Kevin, it's such a great point. So, for instance, is the team in it collectively? Do they care who's getting the shots, the rebounds, and the attention from the media? Or are they about the team and collective success? Human nature is a part of this.
For 3. Can't get it to go.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Does not go. The Hawks trail by 12. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need the basket.
Celtics have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. From deep. Knocks down the 3.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And he misses the J. They're really on their heels at this point.
Yeah, on both ends of the floor, Kevin. They've lost some confidence along the way. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. From outside, and it doesn't go.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Outside Brown. Another shot. Porzingis pulls it down. The Hawks trail by 15.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Celtics.
And they're fully in control now, but there were some tense moments, I thought, for them throughout this game.
Listen, they certainly weren't coasting, despite what the score looks like. I love the way they came together, though, when everything started to look a little dire and really put the hammer down.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Jason Tatum.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got. And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the one he's had tonight.
His production has been unbelievable, a testament to how much he cares about his craft.
White, and down goes the three.
Spirited performance. You love to get this kind of win, especially on the road.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions in enemy territory. This team did a tremendous job staying focused on the task at hand.
Jason Tatum. Porzingis pulls it down. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily.
and going through their pregame warm-ups. Hello out there, and get ready. For some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Here alongside Tim Legler and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson with Ali LaForce joining us courtside. A look at Indiana's starting group. Halliburton and Nembhard make up the backcourt. Nesmith and Siakam are the forwards. And it's Huff in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Nesmith. Baseline try. Yep, that one goes. And we've got a great one for you here tonight. A good old-fashioned conference rivalry, legs.
There's nothing wrong with teams disliking each other, and I think we've got that here tonight. It's been abundantly clear over the years. I would not be surprised if things got a little chippy tonight.
That's what we're here for, baby.
I'm ready for it.
Halliburton on the wing, guarded by Young. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Nesmith. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And we're about a minute into the first. Young from long range buries it from 3.
The deep ball from Young. He only needs a little wiggle room to feel comfortable firing away.
Outside Nesmith. Kicks it out to Siakam. Shot clock at 6. Halliburton for 3. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Young misses.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Nesmith's shot is off. Atlanta's gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. And Tim, we've heard Hawks players in the past saying this team lacked an identity. You think one's emerging?
Well, offensively, they're still centered around the playmaking of Trae Young. And defensively, they're starting to establish a culture. It's headlined by Dyson Daniels.
Now here's Nembhard. Pass to Siakam. It's a nice passing by Indiana here. 3-pointer. Counted from distance.
A guy who can work the whole arc. Smooth corner shot by Pascal.
4-3. Daniels misses. The Pacers have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Pass to Siakam. Gets stolen by Johnson. And a fast break now for the Hawks. Knocks it loose. The 3 from Rizashe. Daniels. Indiana leading. Halliburton, the pass to Nesmith. There's the 3. And that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Porzingis for 3. Indiana with a rebound. And let's send it over to Ali LaForce.
Well, thanks a lot, guys. The Hawks star Trae Young and Coach Quinn Snyder are both very close. Young said that's the type of relationship we have. It's not forced, it's just genuine. We both want to see each other succeed, and we know we need each other and everybody else around us. Back to you guys.
A good partnership. Thanks much for the report, Ali. Here's Johnson after Indiana picked up the 3 with their last shot.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
Well, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
Nembhard for 3. Another 3 for Indiana.
Well, that's a tough matchup because he's skilled and relentless.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Young from long range gets the 3 to fall. Young's got 6.
How's that for revenge? You know Young is looking to come right back with a triple of his own.
Pass to Huff. Now Halliburton. Still no points. 6 on the shot clock. Nesmith with it. Porzingis picks him up defensively. And Nesmith gets it to go.
They've been the more poised team tonight, and the score reflects that.
I love their approach tonight. They are hitting at a really high percentage.
Now here's Daniels. Up top, Johnson. Pass to Porzingis. No good on the three. Indiana leading by 8. Siakam the screen. There's Nesmith with the three. No luck on that one. On the push. Here comes Atlanta. Daniels outside. It'll count. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And so it's Indiana up by a healthy 8 points at the... And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Pacers?
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
And what a great job they have done sharing the ball. This is what team basketball looks like, and I love to see it.
They've got Onyeka Okongwu, Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Luke Kennard, and it's Gay in at power forward. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Now here's Alexander-Walker. Off target from three-point range.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
Here's McConnell, and that one hits the back iron.
Yeah, that's a shot he'll make 90% of the time. He just couldn't get it to go right there.
And Grant, while most didn't expect it, last season the Pacers made the second NBA Finals appearance in their franchise's history.
Yeah, B.A., there's so much belief right now in that locker room. They never feel like they're out of a game, and that makes them dangerous.
Walker for three. Outside Mathurin. McConnell looking around. The kick out to Walker. The offensive rebound. Back to McConnell. Outside Mathurin. Tries yet again. And a bit of a battle for the ball. And the officials signal a jump ball here. Here's Toppin. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Well, he usually brings rain from there, but not this time.
Wallace outside. Pass to Okongwu. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From outside the arc. It's rebounded by Indiana. Jackson's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Jackson the screen. Walker for three. That won't go either for Walker.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Jackson with it. And Kennard picks him up defensively. Walker finds Toppin. Out to the wing. Toppin, a screen on Okongwu. Back to Toppin. He shoots. And Indiana misses again. Hawks trail by 8. Pass to Okongwu. From deep. Indiana with a rebound. And you could argue Onyeka Okongwu is a little undersized at the center position. But it's hard to overlook his impact, Tim.
Well, that's because he contributes in so many areas. Blocks, steals, rebounds. He can make plays, you name it. And he keeps adding to his game year after year.
You have to be accurate there. Very little room for error passing on the interior.
McConnell passes to Walker. To the left side wing. A good look from Mathurin. With nobody on him, he buries that jumper. And the Pacers lead by 11.
Yeah, tricky move by Mathurin, showing us how effectively he can run the pick and roll.
The Hawks have gone 1 for 6 in the second quarter. Not great. Alexander Walker. And Toppin pulls it down. Indiana's gone 5 of 12 from three-point range tonight. McConnell's shot is off. The Hawks shooting a tough 22% from the field so far. Driving inside. Oh, he misses the dunk. Pacers leading by 11. For three, Mathurin knocks down the long J. Mathurin's got 5 points in the quarter.
He's got that guard quickness. Mathurin showing off his catch-and-shoot ability.
And there it is for him.
Good decision-making. Scopes the situation, puts the pass right on the mark.
Now here's Mathurin. He's got 5. And a miss there on the triple. Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. And stolen by Jackson. Here's the 3. And Mathurin gets it to go on the assist by Toppin. Mathurin's got 8 points.
And it's important Mathurin keeps hitting these shots because it'll only help build his confidence.
Kennard passes to Wallace. And the first half now in the books. The Pacers out in front, up by 15. Thanks very much, Allie. And folks, we'll be right back to start the second half of this game. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Nice game. Great performance by Benedict Mathurin.
Yeah, he played such a smart first half, maximizing his opportunities offensively.
And what more can you ask of him? That is helping out your team.
And Indiana looking at who they've got. Halliburton and Nembhard make up the backcourt. Nesmith and Siakam are the forwards. And it's Huff in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And last season, the Pacers started the playoffs with home court advantage for the first time in over a decade, Grant.
Yeah, the 4th seed in the East, BA. And with a blend of youth and experience on the roster, this is a team built to win now and into the future. That was a good call. The defense wasn't established.
Siakam the screen. There's Nesmith with the 3. And that's collected by Trae Young.
You have to defend the three-point line. They got lucky he missed that one.
Three-pointer off the mark. Pacers leading by 15. Pass to Huff. Halliburton on the wing. The 3 ball. Rebounded by Johnson. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the Hawks. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Three-pointer. Ricochet, no good. Indiana's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. No problems knocking that one down. Siakam's got 9.
And just so accurate off the pass. I mean, I love whenever Siakam decides to go right up with it like that.
The Pacers have gone just 1 of 3 in the second half. Nembhard against Daniels. Nembhard, the pass to Nesmith. Six to shoot. Pass to Halliburton. The 3. Rebounded by Johnson. Off trail by 15. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thanks, guys. Trae Young is learning to become more of a threat when he's off the ball. He said at every level there's a different type of game. Now, knowing the NBA game, I'm more patient, understanding how the game is, how to control it from the beginning to the end, and how you need to win. Back to you, BA.
Okay, Allie, thanks for the report. All right, Grant, when we talk about the range Trae Young possesses, just how dangerous can this guy be?
Well, when he's on, he's a nightmare matchup for defenses. Once he crosses half court, he's a threat to score, which in turn really helps open up the floor for everyone else on his team.
Halliburton, the pass to Huff. Siakam outside. The Pacers again can't hit. Atlanta's gone 3 of 7 from deep so far in the third quarter. Kept alive. Porzingis passes to Daniels. No good from outside. Pacers leading by 9. Pass to Nembhard. There's the triple. That's good. And Halliburton gets the assist. He has 6.
and just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, he can taste a win right now, just trying to close it out.
This is anyone's game now, and they have the momentum.
In order to cut into a lead the way that they have, you must be outstanding on both ends.
Outside Neesmith. From deep three-point range. The shot misses. Now the Hawks with it. They're on a 12-3 run. Corner shot. And it's good. Off the back rim and in. Johnson's gotten his second bucket of the game. Siakam with a screen on Young. Siakam outside. Neesmith on the wing. Risache covering. Pass to Halliburton. Indiana needs to get off a shot here. Siakam, no good.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
The three from Risache. Another three for Atlanta.
Yeah, good mechanics and a high release. Risache's shot is pretty refined and ready for quick attacks like this.
Tries it from the top of the key. Neesmith's shot is off.
Yeah, he probably shouldn't have taken that shot there. The defensive intensity was all over it.
And it's out of bounds to the Hawks as Atlanta retains possession.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, that'll give them something to think about.
Daniels misses. Neesmith on the wing. Over Risache. The third quarter comes to a close. The Pacers out in front. They're up by 4. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, he made it look simple, but that's not always easy to execute.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. We've got Luke Kennard, Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Onyeka Okongwu, and it's Wallace in at point guard. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. For three, Matherin. Pure from three-point range.
3 points.
And the Pacers lead by 7.
Well, this team relies on his scoring, and no shocker, he's done his part.
Right side, Alexander Walker. Back to Wallace. Pass to Alexander Walker. Drains the triple.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Yeah, just going back and forth, it is really competitive out there.
Deflects the pass. McConnell against Kennard. The three is up. The rebound by Jackson. Jackson's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. McConnell right side. Jackson finds Walker. Jackson down low. Now here's McConnell. The kick out to Walker. Outside Matherin. Fires the three. Offensive rebound. And here's McConnell. The kick out to Walker. There's a screen by Toppin. The three, Matherin. He can't hit that time. Ooh, nice D from Kennard. From the arc. The rebound by Jackson. Jackson's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. There's a screen by Toppin. Matherin fires. Ooh, the three doesn't go. Hawks trail by 4. Outside, Alexander Walker. Shoots a three. Rebounded by Jackson.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Toppin outside. Driving in. The three ball is down.
No hesitation. Nice work by Walker, not overthinking it.
And there's the screen. Beyond the arc. Oh, it doesn't go.
Yeah, I think he forced that a little bit there. Should have tried for a higher percentage look from the three.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And the Hawks going with a whole new group out there. Now they're outside. Jackson with a screen on Daniels. Walker against Young. Let's loose for three. Oh, it's off.
That's how you stay connected to a shooter. Was right in his jersey.
Shoots it up. Now Johnson. Young with a screen on Jackson. Now Johnson. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call.
You're not going to fool the officials too often on an illegal screen.
Well, my feeling is you just want to make sure it's called consistently both ways.
A new lineup here for Indiana. Outside Neesmith. Nembhard fires. Buries it from outside.
Both sides are simply waiting for the clock to make it official. This is going to end up in the books as a nice win for the Pacers.
In today's game, you need to shoot it well from three. That was the difference maker.
Exactly. And the defense didn't rotate out quickly enough to disrupt their shooters.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Benedict Mathurin.
If this were a crime scene, he would be questioned because his fingerprints are all over it.
On the wing, Nembhard, covered by Daniels. Now Halliburton. Outside Siakam. Neesmith with it. And Johnson picks him up defensively. And the three misses. Young outside. The three is in.
And any decent look from distance, he's taking it. He has that locked-in mentality right now.
And he's keeping the game within striking distance. I don't know where they'd be without his shooting.
Allie, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up.
right, and I'm looking forward to this trade. We're going to see the speed and the skill of NBA guards. Two of the league's best going head-to-head.
And when I think basketball, I envision guards pushing the tempo, taking threes. The modern NBA has a lot of talent. The pace has never been higher.
Here's the starting group for the Indiana Pacers. At the guard positions, Halliburton and Nembhard. The forward spots with Nesmith and Siakam. And it's Huff in at the 5. Now here's White. Outside Tatum. 6 to shoot. Shoots over Nembhard. Tatum no good.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
Too open that time. Made it look too easy.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Nesmith has gone 50% from the arc. 1 of 2. Three-pointer, Simon. Pacers with the rebound.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Nembhard with it. He's covered by Brown. There's a screen. Pass to Huff. No good on the 3. Boston's gone 0-2 from deep here. And one of the many challenges for a small market team like the Pacers, Greg, going up against that luxury tax.
And they've avoided carrying a payroll that would incur the tax. But right when they said they were planning to do just that, the Bucks stunned everyone with the maneuver to secure Pacers center Miles Turner and perhaps let him off the hook.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Down low. Queta, the pass to White. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Huff.
Excellent work defensively. That's how you guard a three-point shooter of his caliber.
Siakam for 3. It's good from long range.
Rise and fires. This is Siakam's attitude off the catch. And with these results, you understand why.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. They set the pick. Halliburton passes to Nembhard. Rebounded by Tatum. Simons, who's got the ball here for the Celtics. Still without a basket in the game. Tatum gets the bucket.
Oh, boy. Tatum has ways to hurt you from every area on the floor.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
I was able to talk to Joe Mazzulla for a minute. The first thing Coach brought up, how to deal with Tyrese Halliburton. He said to me, Tyrese is who makes their offense tick. He doesn't just run the show, he is the show. With Hallie, you have to make him uncomfortable. You have to switch up the coverages. It's never easy facing off with Tyrese Halliburton. Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm. Well, if you have the space, you have to take that shot. He missed it, but he's trying to keep the defense honest.
And sometimes, Dan, lost in everything he has done for his team, Jason Tatum is one heck of a playmaker.
Yeah, Kevin, I think what happens to guys like Tatum when they come into the league is because he can score the ball, and that's such an important skill. We tend to focus on the scoring. But Jason Tatum has become a better playmaker in his time in the league. He's become a better defender and a better rebounder. This guy excels at everything.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Halliburton. No scoring in this one. Pass to Nesmith. That falls. Nice feed that time from Halliburton.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Tatum against Siakam. White the pass to Tatum. Here's Nesmith. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Yeah, but you can't let up at all. They've got a chance to put this game away early, and they should take it.
Here's Tatum, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And an overpowering first quarter effort, already a double-digit. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And another thing they've done well is push the tempo. They're running the floor and converting on the fast break.
And so in the game for the Pacers, T.J. McConnell is out there with Benedict Mathurin. Then there's Jackson. Then there's Obi Toppin. And it's Furphy in at the three spot. They grab their own miss. Here's Hauser. The long distance three is Barrett. Hauser's got the first basket of the second quarter for Boston. Jackson a screen on Pritchard. Pass to Furphy. Cranes it from beyond the arc. Furphy's got the lead up to 10 now for the Pacers.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside. Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest up front.
Hey, Stan, how about the Boston Celtics? Back-to-back 60-win seasons.
Well, Kevin, winning 50 is a great season. 60 wins is simply incredible. We have lots of regular seasons where no team wins 60. Credit Joe Mazzulla, his staff, and players for keeping this thing rolling.
Pacers leading by 7. Here's Furphy. His three-pointer's off the mark. Here's Hauser, defended by Mathurin. From deep, and the basket by Hauser. Hauser's got 9 points now in the quarter.
He is in a zone right now. Every three he puts up seems to be going down.
Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Well, the Celtics have a great 1-2 punch with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Tatum said JB always starts the game really aggressive. I'm a naturally laid-back guy. I kind of see things out first, and then I can essentially take over when I need to. We have found that balance. Kevin, back to you.
A dangerous duo for sure. All right, Allie, we appreciate the report. Here's Garza. A three-pointer off the mark. For Indiana, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Here's McConnell. Here's Toppin. Off target with his three.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Nice ball movement by Boston. McConnell against Pritchard. Boucher passes to Hauser. Pulls up on the wing. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Hauser's got 11 points.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Pass to Toppin. Here's Furphy. Shot clock at 5. Here's McConnell. Right wing. There's the triple. Sinks the three-pointer. Furphy's got a pair of triples in the second now for Indiana.
Well, you love assisted hoops. That's good offense.
Pritchard passes to Hauser. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Pass to Furphy. Fires for three, and Indiana, another three.
Yet another three. Once we hit the second quarter, it just seems as if those threes just started to fall like raindrops.
A shot by Pritchard, no good. Pacers leading by 10. Here's Furphy. There's 31 seconds left to play here in the half. And it's Hauser in the corner. Back to Pritchard. Three-pointer. Toppin pulls it in. Toppin's got his 4th rebound in this one. Three-pointer. Rebounded by Hauser. Three-pointer, Pritchard. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so that's the end of the first half. Indiana out in front, leading by 10. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter. And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. And we've heard some coaches complaining about players getting away with traveling. Is that something, Greg, the league needs to clean up?
Well, it's inevitable that a few of those calls are going to be missed. But listen, you'd rather have that than officials whistling travel that didn't happen.
Dynamic duo of Brown and Tatum at the 3 and the 4. Derek White is out there with Anthony Simons. And it's Queta in at the 7, filling out the middle. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half. And here is Tatum, following the three-pointer by Siakam. Tatum against Siakam. Tatum's shot is off. Pacers leading by 13. Nembhard, the screen on Simon. Halliburton for 3. It's hauled in by Brown. The Celtics shooting a putrid 25% from the field. Poor shot selection all around. Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That's his first foul. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. White against Nembhard. Pass to Halliburton. 5 to shoot. To the inside. Here's Huff. Sent away with a 4.
Well, that's an unforced error. If you want to drive your coach crazy, that's the way to do it.
Celtics trail by 13. And it just seems like the Pacers have really shaken up the league, Greg, with their fast-paced, aggressive style.
Well, Tyrese Halliburton and Pascal Siakam, 2 star players who thrive in this up-tempo style. And if you look at the roster around them, the pieces fit.
Now, here is Halliburton. This is the most they've led by 13 points.
You watch Halliburton shoot. The release is a little low, but it's quick and it's depth.
Three-pointer, Simons. A three-pointer is right on target. Simons has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Pass to Nesmith. That's good, and it's Halliburton with the assist. Halliburton's got his 4th assist in this one. Tatum setting the pick for Brown. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Well, Brown returning the favor. That 3 at the other end didn't sit well with them.
Knocks it loose. And now White pushing it up and no one back to stop him. And the Celtics another 3.
Well, he saw the defender back, and he got the look he liked from 3 and capitalized.
Halliburton, no good. And so White will bring it up for the Celtics. It's a 10-point game. And here's Brown outside, and again, Boston with the triple.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
Yeah, you know, I like how they're not relying on just one guy to get it done. They're sharing the ball and keeping the defense guessing.
And here are the Pacers now, following Jaylen Brown's 3.
Mano y mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
Well, and as a fan of the game, you have to love these back and forth moments.
Tatum, no good.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold shot.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thank you, guys. Jaylen Brown is rounding out his game in all facets. He said, I've definitely worked on my playmaking, just being able to see the floor, making great reads, creating for my teammates, and putting pressure on the defense. Guys, back over to you.
Allie LaForce with the report. Hey, Allie, thanks.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
And he's able to get it back. It's Nembhard on the wing. The shot's good on the assist by Siakam. Nembhard's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Pacers. Tatum kicks to Simons. Over Halliburton. Boston again missing. Pacers leading by 15. A three ball. Kept alive. Pass to Nembhard. Off target from three-point range. Boston has gone to the three-point shot 8 times already in the second half and hit 4 of them. Tatum no good. Here's Neesmith. Over Brown. And so it's the Indiana Pacers. Their lead at 15 going into the break. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense... And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
Well, his height gives him the ability to see the floor, and he makes a quick decision and a great pass.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the court right now for the Pacers. Benedict Mathurin is out there with T.J. McConnell. Then there's Toppin. Then there's Jackson. And it's Furphy in at the small forward position. Pass to Mathurin. And the three ball is good. Mathurin's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Pacers. Three-pointer, Pritchard. He's off on that one.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Here's Furphy. Shoots the three. Rebounded by the Celtics. Boucher's got 4 rebounds in this game. There's a good screen. Pass to Walsh. For 3. Boston, no good that time either. Indiana leading by 18. That's a 2 for Mathurin. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. 7 points here for Benedict Mathurin. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Over to the wing. Here's Hauser. Boston, no good that time either. Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Tapping a screen on Pritchard. And it's Mathurin missing. The Celtics have gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. And they call an illegal screen here.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. You can't make it that obvious.
Celtics trail by 20. From outside the arc, down it goes for 3.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Outside Mathurin. Jackson setting the pick here for Mathurin. Clock at 6. Here's Jackson. He'll put it up there. Now Toppin. Tries the spin move. Now McConnell fires the 3. Nailed from three-point land.
Late reaction defensively. He quickly takes advantage, grows their lead.
Yeah, look, the truth is, he doesn't need much space anyway. But that one was too easy.
Boucher with a screen on McConnell. They get it back. Here's Hauser, defended by Mathurin. Takes the 3. Walsh can't get it to go. Pacers leading by 20. And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. Here's Halliburton. Rebound by the Celtics.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance. And this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Indiana.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Pascal Siakam.
Well, he was the catalyst for them tonight. Played a great all-around game, and you could see his teammates feeding off his energy.
Now, here's Nesmith. He's covered by Brown. Puts up the three. It's off target. 30 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Tatum! The three goes down.
Well, it seems like Simons is always keeping his options open, always willing to make the pass instead of taking the shot.
Beyond the arc, knocks down the three. Tatum with it. Brown with a screen on Siakam. So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
Hey there.
Terrific, Allie. Thanks.
guard.
In the league going at it today, Grant. Is there a bit of bragging rights on the line?
You know, maybe not for the players themselves, BA, but the fans will absolutely use this game as evidence when they argue why their guy is the best.
Now the opening lineup for Atlanta. Rizachet at the 3, Johnson at the 4. Trey is flanked by Daniels in the backcourt. And it's Porzingis in at the center position. Simons outside. Jacks up a 3. Drills it from deep.
Yeah, the jumper from Simons is smooth like butter.
Pass to Daniels. Launches it. Boston pulls it in. Brown, a screen on Johnson. Here's Tatum. It's rebounded by Rizachet.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
Daniels outside. Beyond the arc. Takes a 3. Fires in the triple.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
And here's Brown for 3. Doesn't go for him. Rizachet with some nice D. Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. Atlanta shooting their first free throw this game. Atlanta's gone 1 for 5 from three-point range. A cold start. You know, for a team that's had deep playoff runs almost every year recently, the Celtics fell short last season, RJ.
Well, injuries and other factors played into that. But there's so much parity in the NBA right now. There is no team invincible come playoff time.
There's Simons with a 3. It's rebounded by Rizachet. Atlanta has gone just 2 for 6 from the arc here in the first. A nice shot by Young.
You can really feel the momentum swinging in their direction.
Yeah, but they can't relax. They've got to keep building on this lead because it is not safe.
Man, showing some terrific range.
Taking matters into his own hands. Tatum gets those 3 points back in a hurry.
There's Young with the 3. That one's off. He's 2 for 3 in the game. And here's Simons outside. And again, Boston with the triple.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Now here's Young. 7 points in the game. And it's Young again missing. On the wing, Simons. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. The Hawks leading. For 3, Porzingis. Tatum pulls it in. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. We talked about how Kristaps Porzingis can warp a defense with his shooting. He said, quote, when they post him outside and go 5 out, it stretches a team. We'll need to adjust by closing out and rotating faster than we're used to. Hopefully that helps us against what they're trying to do. Back to you guys.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Now here's Tatum. It's Brown on the wing. Tatum with a screen. Fires for 3. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
A consistent shot for him. Brown likes the 3.
Grant, the thing about Jaylen Brown, he doesn't need a lot of space to get his shot off.
You know, BA, he has a quick release and rises high on his jumper. Has a great up fake and can stop on a dime. Usually all the space he needs to find his shot.
Now here's Tatum. Simons deciding where to go with it. Right side Brown. It's stolen by Daniels. Poke loose. Tatum with a steal. Pass to Simons. And again, Boston with the triple.
You can't give Simons any room from that corner spot.
There's Young with the 3. Tatum pulls it in. Tatum's got his 6th rebound on the night. Over Porzingis. And he buries that one. Back rim and in. Tatum's got 5 now.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now. Young, the pass to Johnson.
Good ball movement here by Atlanta. Daniels outside. Clock at 4. The Hawks need to get one up here. The 3 from Ricochet. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
So good off the catch. The defense has to guard Ricochet better than this.
There's Simons with a 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
Anthony Simons has been leading the charge. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for Boston.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
Another area where they've excelled has been pushing it on the break. They're really getting after it.
On the floor for Atlanta, we've got Noel. He's out there with Okongwu. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Luke Kennard. And it's Krejci in at the shooting guard position. Pass to Walsh. Let's go with a 3. The rebound by Atlanta. On the wing, Alexander-Walker, defended by Pritchard. From behind the arc. The shot by Alexander-Walker, no good. Boston leading by 4. Pritchard surviving the D. Launches a 3. Noel pulls it in. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Kennard against Pritchard. Okongwu, a screen on Pritchard. Pass to Okongwu. Outside, Alexander-Walker takes the 3. Sinks it from distance. Alexander-Walker's got 6 here in the quarter.
If you're not right up there on him, oh, he's going to make you pay.
Pritchard, the pass to Boucher. Up and over Kennard. Boucher, no good.
There's no way that's the best look this offense can produce.
And you couldn't get a better shot off? Like, come on, you got to make the extra pass. Like, being a teammate will go so far in this league.
Kennard outside. Here's Krejci. Still without a bucket. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Hauser with it. Now Alexander-Walker defending. Walsh. And again, unable to change momentum here. The Hawks have gotten 3 of 4 field goals in the second quarter. Here's Krejci. Off target with the 3. Boston trailing. Pass to Garza. Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Outside Pritchard. The 3 is up. Outside for Boucher. Here's Hauser. Fires the 3, and that's good. His first bucket of the game. Grant, you are a Hall of Fame small forward, so you know a bit about the position. What's key in excelling at the 3?
Well, B.A., you have to be able to space the floor. We almost never see a 3 or even 4 who can't make 3s. And on the other end, lots of times you're matched up with quick guards.
Pass to Pritchard. This one for 3. Hauser can't get it to go. Atlanta's got 3 of 5 to fall from beyond the three-point line in the second. Nice shot by Kennard. And the lead just keeps changing hands.
5 times already, and we still haven't gotten out of the first half.
Pritchard from outside. Nails it from beyond the arc. Pritchard's got his first 3 points of the game.
And put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
Back to Alexander-Walker. And the baseline jumper goes down. Alexander-Walker's got 8.
Oh, I love that possession for them, ending with an assisted bucket. Pass
to Garza. Lets a three fly. And again, Boston with the triple.
No one there to contest, so he just drops it in like he's at the rec league.
Good ball movement here by Atlanta. The three. It's rebounded by Walsh.
Yeah, and the defense really respects his shooting ability, and they showed it with that tight coverage.
Three-pointer, Pritchard. The rebound by the Hawks. Okongwu's got 4 rebounds in the game. On the wing, Alexander Walker. From downtown, he's off on that one. That'll count. And that's not gonna go. Misses at the buzzer. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Boston out in front. They lead by 2. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You look at Anthony Simons, he's been playing really well.
Well, if he's hit threes like he did in the first half, he's going to have a monster night.
And let's see if the D adjusts, make life a little more difficult on him.
White and Brown are the wingmen. Tatum at the 4 with Queta in at the 5. And it's Simons in at the 1 spot. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half. Look at Young, making it look easy.
They're often shooting from way beyond the arc. Young easily pops in the short-range 3.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, B.A. Jalen Johnson, great in the two-man game, and he talked about how he operates off the pocket pass. He said, quote, "It's simple. You got to read before the catch. 0.5, quick decisions. Just how quarterbacks have progressions with receivers, I have progressions in the pocket, and I read those." Back to you guys.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. Puts up a 3, and Atlanta hits again from deep.
Yeah, Trae Young can change the course of a game with his outside shooting.
Tatum looking it over. White with a screen on Johnson. Tatum from long range. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds in the game. On the wing, Rizachet. White against Daniels. There's the screen by Johnson. And Rizachet, the bucket on the assist by Daniels. Now it's a 6-point Hawks lead. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Pass to Tatum to halt the run. And Tatum drills the 3.
What's special about him is he is a natural leader and an active scorer. When Tatum is firing off the catch, you know he's feeling it.
Well, Richard, some stars are the system, but Jason Tatum is often admired as a selfless system player.
Yeah, Jason enjoys being a piece of the greater puzzle. He doesn't have to have everything run through him, and I know that makes his teammates happy.
There's Simons with a 3, and again, Boston with the triple.
He's just showing off tonight. Simons, an explosive scorer with great energy.
Pass to Rizachet. Screen by Young. Now here's Porzingis. Back to Rizachet. Porzingis with a screen on Brown. Outside Porzingis. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds.
And that is an absolute heartbreaker of a turnover. In a close game like this, that might be enough to impact how it ends.
Tatum against Johnson. Tatum, a screen on Young. There's Simons with a 3. Young with the defensive effort. Atlanta's gone 2 of 3 from outside so far in the third quarter. Outside Johnson, fires from deep. Boston pulls it in. 1:58 left in the third quarter here. Simons passes to Queta. It's Brown on the wing, covered by Daniels. Brown, no good. For Atlanta, they've gone 3 of 5 from the field in this third quarter. Simons against Young. Johnson a screen on Simons. Johnson on the wing. For three. Knocks down the triple. Johnson's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Celtics trail by 3. They double team Brown. And here's Simons outside. It's rebounded by Rizachet.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Left side Johnson. Pass to Young. The three. That one doesn't drop. He's 4 for 10 from the field now. For Boston, they've gotten only 2 of 7 shots to go in the third quarter. White for 3. Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White.
I'm not sure why they aren't going to him more. He's scoring the ball so well.
Johnson against Tatum. Daniels outside. Back to Johnson. Pass to Rizachet. And here's Johnson. Lets it go from deep. That shot missing. 15 seconds left in the third. Simons outside. Here's Tatum. White with a screen on Johnson. Here's Tatum. What a play! He drains it at the buzzer!
A huge three allows them to snatch the lead.
And we've just finished the third quarter. What a tight game we've got going. Boston out in front. They lead by a bucket. All right, we're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of quarter number 4 next. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. On the court for the Hawks. Noel out there with a Kongwu. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Krejci in a 2-guard. Garza tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. The Hawks leading. Krejci, the pass to Kennard. Good ball movement here by Atlanta. Okongwu against Pritchard. Pass to Garza. The 3 is up. Atlanta with a rebound. Kennard on the wing. Defended by Pritchard. Kennard passes to Alexander-Walker. Here's Noel. Back to Alexander-Walker. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Cool, calm, and collected at a critical juncture in this game.
They set a pick. Three-pointer, Pritchard. The rebound by Krejci.
That's exactly how you have to defend him on the perimeter. Can't allow any space.
Back to Kennard. Shoots over Pritchard. Again, Atlanta.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
Pritchard against Kennard. Pritchard, the pass to Gonzalez. Looking to end the run. Kennard with the rebound. Atlanta leading by 6. Takes the 3. The putback. And again, no good. The Celtics have got nothing to fall in this fourth quarter. 0 of 5. The Hawks have gone 3 of 5 since this fourth quarter started. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going so far for the Hawks.
All game long, they've been making it rain from the arc. And look, they've done it by feeding the hot hands.
Yeah, another thing you notice are all the assists. The ball just has energy, and everyone is getting involved.
So Boston ends up going with a new group. It's money from deep.
When he has that much space, he's a pretty good bet to nail the 3.
And it's Tatum with the ball for the Celtics. Nothing doing offensively yet for them in the fourth.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And the Hawks going with a whole new group out there. Tatum, a screen on Young. On the wing, Simons. Guarded by Young. In the corner, Tatum. Here's the pick. Rises up. Porzingis there for the rebound.
Yeah, they just can't seem to end the drought no matter where they shoot it from.
This is snowballing for them. They've got to get a good look next time down.
Porzingis with a screen on Simons. He lets it go. And rebounded by Tatum.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
Brown, big hit from outside. Jaylen Brown.
There is zero hesitation from Brown. This man is always ready to fire.
Outside Risache. Here's Johnson. Daniels fires. Can't hit it. And we've got 1:18 left in the fourth quarter. Now White. Tatum outside. He launches. The triple drop.
And this is exactly who Tatum is. Someone who doesn't back down from taking the big shots.
Outside Young. From deep. Ooh, it doesn't go.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Tatum with a screen. Simons with it. Now guarded by Daniels. Jason Tatum. It's good from beyond the arc.
Some players shrink when the pressure's on, but he lives for these moments.
Grant, they'd love to milk the clock here.
No question. They're in a great situation right here. No defender in sight. He tries to take initiative, but ultimately comes away empty-handed.
The free ball is down.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
Young. No good from three. White on the wing. So it's a narrow victory for the Celtics, pulling it out. Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up for
with an emphasis on ball movement.
No hero ball between these two squads, Kevin. And you're right, it is beautiful to watch. The ball moves, the player moves, they find quality shots, and the assists come in bunches.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. The post pairing, Johnson along with Porzingis. Filling the perimeter slots are Daniels and Rizachet. And it's Young in at the point. Now, here's Siakam. Outside for Halliburton. And the three off target. Young with the ball. Halliburton picks him up. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Earlier, I spoke with Rick Carlisle. The developing game of Trae Young is something that Coach discussed with his players. Coach said he's been one of the league's assist leaders. Don't get so consumed trying to stop him that you give him the easy passes inside. They know the danger that Young possesses. We'll see if they can contain him here. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Allie, thank you for that. Shot's good from Young.
And that corner three isn't a huge part of Young's game, but his accuracy can make it work.
It seems to be an overlooked part of Trae Young's game, but GA, he's led the NBA in total assists a few times.
No doubt. You initially think about Trae shooting, scoring, but he also runs the offense really well and wants to facilitate.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Halliburton on the wing. Back to Nesmith. Siakam outside. Pass to Halliburton. 4 on the clock. Loads it up there for Siakam. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Halliburton read what the defense was trying to do and then found his man off the pick. Beautifully done.
To the paint. Outside Daniel. That's in, coming off the assist from Johnson. And that's now 6 points for Dyson Daniels. And it's Halliburton penetrating. Here's Huff. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. For Atlanta, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. It's to Porzingis. In the corner, Daniels. And it's out of bounds to the Hawks as Atlanta retains possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Porzingis can't hit. And so Siakam will bring it up for Indiana. 7-point differential. Nembhard for 3. To the wing right side. But Trae. Rebound by Johnson.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
Porzingis sets the pick for Young. Lets it go from deep. Porzingis can't hit. And Clark, how about Indiana's recent run? Making it to the Eastern Conference Finals in back-to-back season.
You know, the last time that happened, Kevin, was about a decade ago when Paul George was the man leading the Pacers. Unfortunately, they fell to LeBron's heat both times. I was courtside for a couple of those matchups. And then last season, advancing to the finals and pushing it all the way to 7 games. The Pacers have a really bright future ahead of them, in my opinion.
And this is how under control Siakam is. Makes sure to get off a good look on that possession.
Johnson outside. Fires the 3. Atlanta again missing. Pacers trail by 5. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Siakam for 3. Another miss by Siakam. And here's Porzingis for a 3. It's good on the putback.
Nice to see Rizachet assert himself on the glass, hustling to get his team a second chance opportunity.
There's the pick. And a wide open look for Halliburton. No good from outside. The Hawks leading by 7. Johnson outside. Johnson sets the screen for Rizachet. Johnson, the pass to Daniels. Now Rizachet. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Hawks on. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Hawks.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
They've also displayed a real unselfishness as a team, moving the basketball well, sharing the rock, and giving everybody a chance to participate in the offense.
T.J. McConnell is out there with Shepard. Then there's Bradley. Then there's Obi Toppin. And it's Mathurin in at the small forward. So that's the group out there for Indiana.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
The Pacers making a change here. Jackson's checked in. Shots good by Alexander Walker. Alexander Walker's got the lead up to 10 now for Atlanta. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Hey guys, the Hawks are trying to involve everyone to take some of the load off Trae Young. Coach Quinn Snyder said, we've been intentional about that. Trae can't do this by himself, and he knows that. Frankly, no player can. Figuring out the ways he can be efficient has been the idea, and he's been making those plays. Kevin, back to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks. Mathurin with the ball, defended by Alexander Walker. Benedict Mathurin, and that's good.
A smooth operator in that pick and roll. Mathurin understanding how to capitalize with that handle.
An exciting young guard, Benedict Mathurin. Clark, what's something you like about him?
Well, I got a lot of things I like about him. His smooth approach to offensive production. He can score it. He's got a nice handle. He can get to the rim. He gets to the foul line a ton. I mean, he's got a fearlessness about him and a confidence about him that seems to point to him being a star in the not-too-distant future.
Here's Wallace after Indiana gets the three. Pass to Alexander Walker. Here's Newell. Back to Alexander Walker. Launches a three. Atlanta again missing. Pacers trail by 4. Now Toppin. Jackson with it. Still yet to score. Mathurin with a screen for McConnell. From outside, off the mark. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. You see a lot of pick and rolls, but you also, Greg, hear about inverted screens. Can you explain to the viewers what that means?
Yeah, that's where your guard actually is the one setting the pick for the bigger player, and having little guys who are willing to put their body on the line. You think of a Steph Curry and John Stockton, two of the best to ever do it.
So it's the Pacers now, following the three by Atlanta. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
Now, here's McConnell. Mathurin for three. Newell pulls it in.
Well, he won't miss many of those. Not when he gets a good look like that.
Here's Okongwu. That one's good from the corner. Okongwu's now got his first points of the night.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Cloak loose. Wallace with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson to the middle. Down low. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Jackson setting the pick here for Mathurin. Outside for Jackson. Just 5 to shoot. Jacks up a three. The offensive rebound. McConnell against Wallace. McConnell passes to Shepard. Dobbin sets a screen for Shepard. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen. The Hawks leading by 10. Pass to Alexander Walker. Here's Newell. A three. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Outside Mathurin. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Mathurin's got 6 in the quarter.
Yeah, Mathurin wanted this bad. He wants to one-up them at the arc.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Ball is up on top. Here's Krejci. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Outside Mathurin. Shoots from the corner. Can't hit that one. He gets it up. And that one is off. And so it's Atlanta with a 10-point lead. Some breathing. Allie, thank you for that interview. And now we're at halftime. And we'll be back to bring you more basketball after this. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Nice game. Great performance by Dyson Daniels.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
Well, we're not surprised by that. No more than what we've come to expect of him. He can adapt and adjust to anything a defense tries to throw at him.
On the court right now for the Hawks. Filling the perimeter slots are Daniels and Risacher. The post pairing, Johnson along with Porzingis. And it's Young in at the point guard position. Daniels, no good. Pacers trail by 8. And when Tyrese Halliburton entered the NBA, Greg, scouts were worried about his shot release point.
It's definitely lower than you would teach, but by the same token, that's why he gets it off so quickly, making it a tough shot to contest.
Daniels, no good. The Pacers shooting their first free throw of the evening.
First team foul.
That one misses for Neesmith. In GA, the Hawks going young, trying to build a sustainable model for success.
Yeah, most of the starters not yet scratching their prime, so there's going to be some growing pains, but they're showing plenty of promise.
Now, here's Halliburton. He has yet to score. From the arc. Rebound, Atlanta. Young outside. Porzingis with a screen on Halliburton. Risacher in the corner. Takes a three. And there's Daniel. That's good on the assist by Risacher.
And this kid, Risacher, is a team-first kind of player, willing to give it up to the open man.
Nembhard, the pass to Neesmith. Here's Huff. Guarded by Porzingis. Porzingis with the steal. Pass to Young. And a wide open look for Daniels. Porzingis kicks to Daniels. The Hawks working the ball around. Young from outside. It's rebounded by Neesmith. Pacers trail by 9. Here's Nembhard. And once again off the mark by Indiana. Johnson outside. From downtown, Pascal Siakam grabs the miss. Nembhard with it, and Daniels picks him up defensively. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Rise and fires. This is Siakam's attitude off the catch. And with these results, you understand why.
Outside Daniels. Young sets a screen for Daniels. Pass to Risacher. 5 on the clock. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. And here's Porzingis for a three. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Now, here's Siakam. Covered by Johnson. Halliburton for three. Johnson with the rebound. Johnson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Riza-Shea finds Johnson. Back to Riza-Shea. 6 on the shot clock, and the turnover again by Atlanta. So it's the Pacers now. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. Now, here's Nesmith, guarded by Riza-Shea. A nice shot by Halliburton.
One of the things you love about Halliburton is his feel for and understanding of the game. He just has a sense of knowing where to be at the offensive end.
Here is Daniels. 9 points in the game so far. And the basket by Johnson.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
The Hawks leading by 6. To the inside. Riza-Shea in the corner. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Riza-Shea's got 5 now.
A true highlight of Riza-Shea's game, his ability to just knock it down from beyond.
And it's Halliburton missing. The Hawks have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Here's Riza-Shea. He's covered by Halliburton. Outside Daniels. 4 on the shot clock. Top of the key. Nembhard grabs the board. Pass to Huff. Siakam outside. It'll count. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks ahead by 9. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
He sure is. I mean, he's a maestro. Great vision, terrific IQ, everything you want in a point guard.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. We've got T.J. McConnell. Benedict Mathurin is out there with Obi Toppin. Then there's Bradley, and it's Shepard in at the shooting guard position. So that's the group out there for Indiana.
A young guy who is ready to attack. Mathurin gets the ball and goes straight into his shot.
Pass to Houston. Back to Alexander Walker. Cans the shot from the wing. And the Hawks lead by 8.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Mathurin for 3. Offensive rebound. Bradley kicks to Toppin. Bangs home the trifecta. Toppin's got his first 3 points of the game.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Here's Alexander Walker. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Bradley with the ball, and it's Wallace picking him up. Bradley sets the pick for McConnell. Pass to Shepard. Offensive rebound. Cuts off the pass. Here's Houston. Now, Alexander Walker. Wallace outside. Toppin pulls it in. Pacers trail by 5. Pass to Shepard. And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. Here's Nembhard. It misses.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Young! 3! Good!
And most of the time, you expect Young's 3 ball to fall. That's just how good he is.
The Hawks leading by 8. For those just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Stolen by Nembhard. And a fast break now for the Pacers. Outside, Siakam.
2 minutes remaining.
Now, here's Neesmith. He's guarded close. Let's lose a three. That one is off.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. You've got to have better shot selection.
Young looking around. Shoots the three. Siakam with the rebound. Pacers trail by 8. Siakam sets a screen for Halliburton. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Now, here is Young. Johnson with a screen on Nembhard. Just 5 on the clock. Trae Young! On the wing, Johnson. Daniels fires. And it misses. The Pacers shooting just 29% in this game. They are not a pretty sight out there offensively. He drills the three.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Jacks up a three. Porzingis pulls it down.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him that he's up off the threes.
Trained from outside.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
And there's the three. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Outside Daniels. And so it's Atlanta with the W. They seem to relish their role as the best. As always, Allen.
Pacers fans, get out.
And Grant, one thing we know about these teams, they can both go deep into their bench. That's a luxury.
Yeah, a luxury indeed. And they don't have to worry as much about foul trouble or guys getting worn down. Credit to both front offices for building such a complete roster.
And the starting group for the Celtics. At the forward spots, the talented pair of Brown and Tatum. Derek White out there with Anthony Simons. And it's Keita in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Oh, a deep three from Tatum. That three's off the mark. Indiana on offense. It's a three-point game. Nembhard outside. Deflected! And they get it back. It's tipped. Clock at 6. Nesmith on the wing. Defended by Brown. Nesmith's shot is off.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Here's Simons. Pacers with a rebound.
Well, terrific defense. They obviously respect his ability and just want to make it tough.
And for head coach Rick Carlisle, this is the third stint with the Indiana Pacers.
He begins as an assistant coach with them back in 1997, leaves the organization, but returns as the head coach in 2003, leaves after 2007, and then back in 2021, and now, of course, the winningest coach in franchise history. Oh, he'd like to have that one back. That's in his wheelhouse for sure.
Halliburton for three. Indiana again missing. The Celtics have gone 0 for 3 from the floor to begin this one. And it's Tatum missing. Indiana's gone 1 for 5 from three-point range. A cold start. And Indiana misses again. And it's Simons with the ball for Boston. Searching for their first points of the game. Nesmith with it. Now guarded by White. Halliburton right side. Beyond the arc. And he can't connect. He's 1 for 3 in this game. Halliburton's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Pass to Tatum to end the cold spell. On target from range. And this game is tied up now.
Well, the high-value corner three-point shot. Jason Tatum makes it easy money right there.
Nembhard left side. Back to Halliburton. Just 5 to shoot. Outside Nesmith. Let's go with a 3. Tatum pulls it in. And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for the Boston Celtics. Simons left side. Here's Brown. White against Halliburton. Puts it up. White can't hit.
Corralling defensive rebounds, such a critical aspect of your defense. Nice work.
Nembhard for 3. Rebound Boston.
I'd say that's one he typically will make. The defense gets away with one.
Jaylen Brown, in addition to becoming a champion, notched a big award in 2024, Doris.
It is undeniable that Jaylen Brown raised his level throughout the course of the playoffs in 2024. He was the MVP of the conference finals and the finals, and I thought set the tone almost nightly en route to that championship.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys. Jason Tatum talked about his development since coming into the league, and he said earlier, I was playing the game just to play the game instead of thinking it. It's tough when you're younger. You just want everything to happen so fast, but it doesn't work like that. Back to you.
He's come a long way. All right, Allie, thank you. Here's Simons. After Indiana picked up the 3 with their last shot. Pass to Tatum. 51 seconds left to play in the first. Pulls it from the top of the key. Huff pulls it in. Indiana leading by 3. Halliburton, the pass to Huff. Nesmith on the wing, defended by Brown. Nembhard for 3. Boston pulls it in. Keita's got 5 rebounds tonight. Boston's gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. The kick out to White. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Tyrese Halliburton with the rebound. Halliburton's got 4 rebounds now. Siakam with a screen on White. Pass to Nesmith. Over Simons. Tips it up. It's good on the putback.
Well, not sure who was responsible for the blockout, but this guy got in there and dug out his points.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Indiana ahead, leading by 5. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And guys, what's your take on Indiana so far?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
I think across the board, a number of guys have done a great job guarding multiple positions.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. Peyton Pritchard is out there with Sam Hauser. Then it's Chris Boucher, and it's Garza in at the 5 spot. Count it. Good. Celtics trail by 7. And last season, Grant, the sale of the Celtics franchise for $6.1 billion. It seemed like a lot at the time.
Well, yeah, that was until the Lakers sale hit 11 digits last summer, BA. But in both cases, basketball decision-making doesn't change right away. In the case of the Celtics, the governorship doesn't transfer until 2028.
Toppin finds McConnell. 18 feet out. Perfect night so far. 2 for 2.
Great to see players still working the in-between areas. There wasn't much resistance defensively.
Pritchard with it, and it's Toppin picking him up. Pritchard, the pass to Gonzalez. Hauser outside. Kept alive by Boston. Indiana leading by 6. Pritchard with a steal, and they're on the break. Pass to Gonzalez. Boucher a screen on Matherin. Boucher up top. Cash money from 16 feet away.
We're talking about a springy 6'9" player. Boucher can really shoot it. Really makes him hard to contend with in pick-and-roll play.
For 3, Matherin. Boston with a rebound. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Pritchard surviving the D. There's a screen. Gonzalez passes to Hauser. Here's Gonzalez. He's marked by McConnell. Shot clock at 2. Takes a 3. Hauser can't get it to go.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. You just missed it.
And Indiana misses again.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Pritchard, the pass to Boucher. Here's Garza. Marked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. Pacers leading by 4. McConnell left side. Pass to Toppin. Pritchard with a steal. Here's Gonzalez. Off target from outside. The Pacers have gone 2 of 4 here in the second quarter.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Nice ball movement by Boston. Oh, they pick off the pass. And here comes the break. On the wing, Matherin. And you might think the toughest picks are set by the bruisers. But some say the shooters actually set the best screens. Why is that?
Well, the guy guarding a shooter doesn't want to leave their side. So when they screen you, you get no help.
McConnell passes to Jackson. 4 on the clock. McConnell's shot is off.
I'd go back to that shot again. That's a great look from the mid-range.
Pass to Garza. Here's Hauser. Knocks down the long J. Hauser's got 6.
Boy, nice pass. A little ball movement, a little player movement. That's how you play this game.
Matherin passes to Jackson. And here's Toppin from the arc. McConnell outside to end the drought. Offensive rebound. Here's Shepard over to the left wing. And here's Toppin from the arc. And Pritchard pulls it down. 40 seconds left in the first half. Hauser, and unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. And so McConnell will bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. Oh, got that one up quick.
Just love the unselfishness there. Keep the ball moving. Good things happen.
Pass to Gonzalez. And here's Hauser. Jacks up a 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. He's got 9.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
First team foul.
Here's Shepard. Here's McConnell.
That was just incredible instincts defensively. He saw the ball coming back out and made the play.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. The Pacers out in front, up by 1. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the Fans half-court shot. Give me a beat. They're measuring up the shot.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Sam Hauser with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Well, if he's hit threes like he did in the first half, he's going to have a monster night.
What I love is they've continued to feed this guy, ride the hot hand until the defense does something about it.
Halliburton and Nembhard make up the backcourt. Neesmith and Siakam are the forwards. And it's Huff in at center. That's the 5 for the Pacers.
Boy, how far has the shot, the perimeter game of Siakam come? His rookie year, he made 1 3 all season. Remember that.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Celtics trying to keep that laser focus. Coach Joe Mazzulla said, quote, the closer you are to winning, the easier it is to become distracted by things that you can't control, things that don't matter. Mindset, discipline, and mental toughness are what separate you. Back to you guys.
Staying dialed in. Allie, thanks very much for the report.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Pacers leading by 4. Doors to Celtics are interesting as you look at the construction of their roster. Are they poised for long-term contention?
Well, obviously, the thing paramount on everybody's mind is how they weather the Tatum injury and their salary challenges, which are significant. But if they believe they can get multiple bites in the apple, I promise you, this historic team will take their shots. How about the answer from Jason Tatum? Say it with your chest, Jason.
Pass to Neesmith. Three-pointer. Simons with a rebound. Celtics trail by 4. Now here's Brown. And here's White. He's guarded by Nembhard. From the arc. And the Celtics another 3.
He's not always assertive on the catch, but Derek White rise and fire from three-point, and it is on target.
Siakam, no good.
Well, trying to reply to the 3 on the other end just doesn't go down for him.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
Indiana again missing. The Celtics have got just 2 of 6 in the second half. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Siakam missing again. Boston trailing. For the lead. And White, the bucket on the assist by Tatum. White's got 5 now.
You have to have a quick release in the catch-and-shoot game. Otherwise, you allow the defender to catch up. Derek White's like, no, sir, I'm putting this one home.
Outside for Halliburton. Yes! Tough point from Tyrese.
Well, just one more example of his offensive arsenal. So tough to stop.
White on the wing. Tatum a screen on Nembhard. White for 3. He drops it from range. White's got 8 points here in the quarter.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
There's Tatum with the 3. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. And it's a 4-point Boston lead.
What a weapon the 3 has become for Jason Tatum. Look out.
Outside Neesmith. And there's the screen. Shoots it from the corner. And he gets the bucket. 55 seconds left in the third. Outside Tatum. Pass to White. Tatum, a screen on Nembhard. Nice ball movement by Boston. 6 to shoot. Here's Brown. And Boston again with the bucket.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown working in that mid-range area. This guy knows it's got to be a part of your game.
To the left wing. Here's Nesmith. We've got 22 seconds left in the third quarter. Brown against Halliburton. High arcing shot. Rebounded by the Celtics.
Boy, he won't miss many of those, but it certainly happens and did there.
Outside Tatum. The three-pointer off the mark. And that'll do it for the third quarter. It's the Celtics. They're up by 4. Don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the fourth quarter. Sam Hauser out there with Peyton Pritchard. Then it's Chris Boucher, and it's Garza in at the 5. Celtics lead by 4. Pass to Pritchard. Here's Shireman. He's covered by Matherin. Fires the 3, and it's Shireman missing. Indiana shooting a rough 29% from the field here. And that one's good. Benedict Matherin for 3.
Yeah, he's got that guard quickness. Matherin showing off his catch-and-shoot ability.
Pritchard against McConnell. Pass to Hauser. Here's Garza, defended by Jackson. Three-pointer, Pritchard. The rebound by Jackson. Jackson's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Now here's Matherin. Back to McConnell. And here's Matherin to take the lead. The rebound, Celtics. Boucher's got 4 rebounds in the game. Here's Hauser. And the 3 off target.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Pass to Shepard. There's a screen by Toppin. All sorts of time. And it's Shepard missing.
Boy, they give him the mid-range jumper, and he has to make that.
Now here's Pritchard. Now Hauser fires from deep. Pure from three-point range.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
McConnell looking around. Now Toppin beyond the arc, and he nails it.
The shooting fundamentals a real plus for Obi Toppin. He has consistent mechanics and a high release point.
Hauser outside. Pritchard outside. Deflects the pass. He shoots. Ooh, rise and fire. Pacers trail by 3. And there's a pick. Matherin outside. He gets it to go off the sweet move.
This is what the team likes about Matherin. He's calm and cool when they need him to step up.
Pritchard fires. Oh, the long ball, no good. Indiana has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the fourth. Lays out. Outside Boucher. Shoots a 3. It's off.
Just showing some tremendous authority controlling the boards. Love it.
Wow, what a performance. And he's not just winning with physical ability, he's winning with anticipation.
Boucher on the screen. Knocks down the trifecta.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
So Indiana ends up going with a new group. He launches. Yes, sir, with the three.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
White. Down goes the jumper.
It is great watching Derek White knock down shots.
Halliburton penetrating. 34 seconds left to play in the fourth. To tie it up. Cash from downtown. And it's Simons with the ball for the Celtics. Here's White. Now Simons. Tatum, a screen on Halliburton. 5 to shoot. The drive by Simons. White! He's off from 3. And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. Up top, Nimhard. Regulation is ended, and we are headed to overtime. And we'll be back. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. Here we go. Mathurin at the 2 with Nesmith at the 3. Then it's Halliburton. Then it's Pascal Siakam. And it's Huff in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's a pass to Tatum. Shot clock at 5. Oh, it's stolen by Siakam. To take the lead. Oh, it misses. Boston's gone 0 for 2 from deep. Not what they need this overtime. Not that time. And for Indiana, they're shooting around 33%. Not the best offensive efficiency. Booyah! He sinks the triple.
He really thrives in high-pressure moments. That's a big-time play.
Here's Mathurin. Halliburton looking for an opening. Outside Siakam. And the call will be against Jason Tatum. That'll be a second foul of the game.
He didn't have his feet planted.
Here's Halliburton. Wasting no time. They answer with a 3.
And how's this for a response? I mean, these teams are just going at each other from downtown.
Tatum, a screen on Mathurin. White fires! Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White.
Oh, what confidence to take this kind of shot. On the road, late game scenario, what a sequence.
Mathurin outside. Siakam with a screen on White. Mathurin can't get the 3. Boston leading by 3. Jaylen Brown. Bullseye! Jaylen Brown!
That three-point shooting sets up every aspect of Jaylen Brown's game. What a pretty shot.
Mathurin outside. Flushes it down with both hands.
Benedict Mathurin, not a guy who's going to get rattled right in the middle of the action in the big-time moments.
They set the pick. Rebounded by Mathurin.
Boy, this is just what happens on some nights. He's unable to get into any sort of rhythm.
Outside Nesmith. Here's Mathurin. Shot clock at 6. For 3. Oh, he can't hit it. Here are the Celtics with the ball. 4-point game. Tatum with it. Siakam covering. And there's a whistle. That goes on Pascal Siakam. That's his first foul of the game. Brown on the wing. Let's loose for three. Halliburton rips down the board. The drive by Siakam. Puts up the tray. No, it's off target. Tatum. Yes, sir! So we see the Celtics get the win here. Things looked a little